Sponsors for Sto Lat with Ania are Sto Lat Bar, a restaurant bar featuring European-inspired cuisine, 4475 Transit Road at Eastern Hills. Krusciki Bakery, combining old-world European treats with modern-day fare in Lancaster and Eastern Hills. Simply Pierogi, enjoy a quick, delicious way to enjoy Polish food. Events by Sto Lat, planning an event? Host it with us, Transit Road in Eastern Hills. And Pierogi Pete's, now open at Casey and Transit Road in Amherst.
Hello everyone, it's Ania Duchon. Welcome to Sto Lat with Ania. It's cooking, conversations, and cocktails. On this show, I welcome DadChef, who says home cooking should be a family affair with an easy-to-make Polish favorite. Then, you can't beat the martini our Cody will be mixing up at the bar. My friend Kate Glaser comes to the table for conversation, where the tables are turned as I share my journey from Poland to Buffalo. We have a place for you at the table from our beautiful location at Eastern Hills. Welcome to Sto Lat with Ania. Sto Lat. Hi everyone, I'd like to welcome our special guest today, Justin Twarog, DadChef. We are so excited to have him here today. We'll be cooking up some amazing things. Justin Twarog. Tell me about, real quick, your last name. I mean, Justin, it means cottage cheese.
Yes, I was really excited to come on here because honestly, it feels at home for me because I'm Polish, my family's Polish. Like from my great-grandfather, Matthew Rakowski, all the way down to my father, Mark Twarog. Twarog means cottage cheese in Polish, and I have legitimately only met one other person with my last name in my entire life.
Okay.
And it was when I went to school at John Carroll. I was there for orientation, and they were like, Twarog, was your sister here last week? And I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, Mary Twarog. And I'm like, oh my God. And she went to school around here. She was like roughly the same age.
Oh, no kidding.
Only other person I've ever met in my life.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I love it. Thanks for being here. Tell me what you'll be cooking up today.
Yeah, so I know you've had other chefs on here cooking like curry chicken and Jamaican jerk, you know, whatever.
Jerk-ski, we call it. Yeah, that was when Chef Darren was on.
So I thought we would do something really cool and make Zapikanka, which is Polish street food.
Yeah.
It's very quick and easy. A lot of people call it knockoff pizza. I do not agree. That's, you know, disrespectful to it. It really is amazing and it's super easy. It's basically sauteed mushrooms and onions and garlic. Usually on a French baguette, this is like a garlic loaf. And then topped with cheese and ketchup. So I'm gonna make a homemade ketchup.
Okay.
This should be quite interesting because I told you back there. First time making this, there's a bit of an Italian fusion here.
Yeah, I love that.
Balsamic vinegar, the cheese we're using is like a balsamic flavored parm well, which will be interesting. And I'm also gonna use honey instead of sugar. This is some really nice raw honey from a farm in New York. That's like a huge thing to me, and my brand, DadChef, is shopping local.
Okay.
And you know, I shop at Moriarty Meats over on Amherst and Elmwood. So it's very important to me to shop at my butcher, maintain a relationship with them, buy from them, because I know where my meat is coming from, and I'm supporting, you know, a local business that is super important to our community.
Keeping it local, I think, is so important too.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, so I shop at the co-op.
Local and fresh.
Yeah, shop at the co-op. These are like local seasonal produce from there, and like I'm always trying to grab local stuff. So that's super important to me, having control over what you're putting into your body.
So have you been to Poland?
Have I been to Poland?
Yes.
No. I'm actually afraid of flying, specifically over the ocean.
Okay.
My worst fear in life is to be on a plane that crashes into the ocean and I survive.
All right, well,
so
you're gonna survive here today.
Now I'm in the ocean and I get eaten by sharks. And
one
like,
day,
fear.
we're not gonna let that happen.
Yeah.
So what are you using in here today?
Tomato paste.
Tomato paste.
Balsamic vinegar.
Okay.
Fiji water.
All right.
Okay, and then we're just gonna mix it up. And you kind of just go
And you put the raw honey in there already?
Yeah, no, I did not.
Oh, okay, that's
So I'm
going
gonna
in
mix
there.
this up and try to get some type of consistency.
Okay.
This is super thick
Okay.
and sticky, so I kind of want to get a consistency first. And there's really no, I mean, we're making
But
street
nothing like
food.
making something from scratch too, you know?
And it's cheaper.
It is cheaper.
And there's no high fructose corn syrup. Like
Yes.
your store-bought ketchups.
So, tell me a little bit about your story and how you started and how you're here today, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty insane. So
I
like
love
last summer, I've always been cooking for my family. I am the cook in my household. I'm married. I have 2 sons. One's 4 months old. One's 3 years old.
Your babies.
Yeah, and I don't know. I've always had this passion for like creation and cooking in general. But somebody in the
mix this
house.
up a little bit.
Yeah, please. Thank you. Somebody in the house has to. It's a huge responsibility to be a home cook for your family.
Absolutely.
So I became almost obsessed with it. And my wife last summer was like, you should start posting your stuff on Instagram. I was like, all right, whatever. So we just randomly were in the car one day, oh, DadChef. And, you know, to me, DadChef meant more than a person. It calls to a large audience. And I really wanted to inspire other people to take shots and cook at home. Like, I see a lot of creators on Instagram that, you know, it looks almost perfect. It looks almost unattainable, but, you know, you see here, I'm not even using a recipe. I'm just creating in a kitchen.
Yep.
You can do it too. You don't have to be scared or turned off. And, you know, you can make amazing food at home. I see a huge problem with DoorDash and things
I
like
do
that.
too.
Why is a Chipotle bowl $35? I mean, dude, I could make a chili that would feed a village for that much. So yeah, a lot wrong that I see. But basically, what happened was I started posting on Twitter. I saw a hole in Twitter, specifically with the cooking scene, where there wasn't a lot of people posting there. Stuff that I wanted to see. I wanted to see other home cooks like myself and see what they're cooking and inspire and talk. There was nothing like that. So basically I posted this video. If you've ever had cow tongue before, beef tongue,
I actually
lingua
have.
tacos, I posted a video showing it, the taco, and I'm like, I bet 90% of you would not touch this if I told you what it is. But if you ate it and you didn't know, it would be the best thing you've ever eaten in your life. And it went viral. I got like 6 million views.
That's amazing.
That's how the following kind of started. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So that was.
So where is it? So you're on Twitter?
Yeah, I'm on all platforms.
Tell us
Yeah,
where
so I'm
people
on
can
Twitter, _DadChef. That's probably my biggest following.
find you. Okay.
I'm on Instagram as well, YouTube, TikTok. It was important to me starting this brand that we're on all platforms.
Okay.
You know, so and
And
by
it's DadChef.
DadChef, yeah.
Got it.
DadChef. Like I said, people call me the DadChef.
The DadChef.
Yes, I get it. But like I said, DadChef.
The dad.
Yes, the products that we've launched with, you know, merchandise and cooking boards, and there's cooking utensils, and I'm developing other products like plate sets and bowls and,
I love
and things
it.
like that.
Very cool.
To try to like give home cooks amazing things to cook with and on.
Yeah.
Like I was using plastic cutting boards before I made these. And I'm not even trying to like sell my own product. Using a really nice wooden cutting board, life-changing.
Absolutely.
I mean, honest to God, absolutely life-changing.
All right. So what do we do here now?
All
So
right,
we got
we're
the
gonna keep
ketchup
sweating
done.
those.
Yep. And
I'm
then
just gonna take like a teaspoon of honey and
Yep.
just mix this in here.
so you're adding a little more.
Yes. And this is thick,
So I do know I was born in Poland, raised in Poland. I've been
Oh,
back
wow.
with my husband a few times. And but of course, last time we were in Krakow. That's all we did. It was, you know, let's get a Zapikanka.
Yeah,
We
that's
call
so
it a
cool.
Zapi here at Sto
Zapi.
Lat. But I think it's incredible. I love the crunch of the bread. It's
Yep.
so different. It's not doughy.
Yep.
And I love how you can get super creative. I'm obsessed with mushrooms.
Yes.
But if
These
you don't
are-
like mushrooms, you can definitely do so many different things.
Yep. I've seen
So-
people put meat on them and stuff too.
Yeah. So we will, so after the cut, this is all done and sauteed.
Yep.
We place it on the bread,
On the bread,
and then we
Top with
it with
cheese.
cheese, okay?
ketchup, and we're gonna use a torch. You can
Yep.
use a torch. I usually broil it at home, throw it in the broiler,
Okay.
watch it until it's crispy, and boom.
So-
I actually did it on the grill.
Oh, wow.
Which is fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll speed it up a little
Yes.
bit just so we can show the final product.
Yep.
So let's move this baby over here. So we actually made one already. Here it is. You can probably top it a little more cheese and torch it a little bit. Just a
Little top of cheese. This is like a.
I love, it's parsley on here, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's just a little greenery.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, it looks so fantastic and it smells so good.
Yep.
I love the torch idea too. I mean, be careful at home.
Yeah, no, listen.
But I think that's a great way to kind of finish things off too.
Culinary torch with something like this, where like you kind of bake the bread first, so it's crispy, and then the idea is just to melt the cheese here.
Mm-hmm.
I just did it in 2 seconds.
It's
I didn't
beautiful.
have to broil, turn my oven on, let it heat up for 30 minutes. Having a torch is huge. This is like 20 bucks.
I love it. I love that.
Yeah,
So we'll actually be tasting with some of my guests later.
Cool.
So we'll have to save that. Actually, I'll probably finish off and do another.
Yeah.
This is so wonderful. I absolutely, I love the size of this too, because you
know.
can, I mean, you can really just slice it and have your little kind of bite-sized pieces, or you can eat the whole thing, right?
Yeah, that was an accident. Like I said, usually you do it on a French baguette, but I went to the store this morning and they didn't have French baguette. So
There you go.
we made a
And
calzone.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for being here
Yes.
today. I am sure our guests are going to making up some great little homemade zappies at home.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have the your recipe on Ania.Duchon on my Instagram page. And yeah, Sto Lat and bon appetit and smacznego. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me. It was wonderful.
My name is Ania Duchon, one of the owners here at our amazing European lounge. We have 3 concepts under one roof. The major one is Sto Lat Bar and Restaurant. Once you finish dinner, you can come over and have a coffee or tea and something really delicious and sweet.
So we go from a traditional to contemporary atmosphere with our menu. A lot of what we focus on primarily is European in origin, but we also take in consideration our own region and add a lot of Buffalo flair to those different menu ideas.
We wanted to have people walk in the door and be wowed. We wanted them to be like, wow, I don't feel like I'm in Buffalo. And we hunted down the right bar stools, the right chairs, the right tables. This is a destination place. You come once, you'll come again.
And here we are at Sto Lat Bar with Cody Klink, my amazing son, Cody. He will be making us a Beet Martini, which you paired up really nicely with our Zapikanka that DadChef made for us today. I thought that was really cool. I know we ate a lot of beets in Poland. It's definitely a vegetable that's really up and coming. So I love that you created something with a pickled beet, correct?
Yeah.
Tell me how you came up with that.
So I kind of thought of it because we just had somebody at the bar order a martini, but instead of dirty with olive juice, they wanted it with pickled red onion. And I was like, that's interesting.
Yes.
So it kind of got the wheels turning
So it's
a
like
little
a
bit.
dirty martini
Right.
instead of the olive.
Right. And then we both snacked on these all the time, and
They're
I just
so
love the
good.
flavor. So I was like, let's just give something a try here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's where we're at.
All right.
Got this Belvedere organic infusion, lemon and basil. I think it's going to add a little something extra to the drink.
We
Now,
all love Belvedere.
this is a
our
work in
partners.
progress, so
Yes, go for it.
Not on the menu.
Not
we'll
on the
kinda
menu
see,
yet.
We'll kind of see what happens.
But it's, I tasted it before when you made it and it was delish. But I know every time you make something, I always say you're a mixologist and you are great at perfecting drinks.
Thank you.
And it's great when you can drink something that it's tasty, but not where it's just feels like it tastes like it's all alcohol.
Right.
I mean, it's a lot
This
of
one
alcohol. Don't
might
get me
taste
wrong,
that way.
guys.
This one might
This
taste
is definitely
that way.
all alcohol.
We're
It's
gonna
a good
do,
mix.
Yeah, a little dry vermouth. Essentially just a little fortified wine with herbs and spices. And then we're gonna add this. So I took a little bit of the juice from the pickled beets,
Okay.
and I put a little bit from our pickled red onions in here as well. So we'll kind of see how this works. I don't know how much. We'll give it a wing here.
I trust you.
We'll see what happens.
Everyone that comes to Sto Lat Bar loves your drink, so
All right.
I know you can do this. And that shake, I always step away. There you go. Now that's talent. It really is.
All right, let's see what we got here. Okay.
That's so pretty. Look at that. Love,
A
love,
lot
love.
of color there, a lot of
Very
color.
nice. So it's not sweet. Obviously, it's like a martini. I know it's. You didn't add any sugar in it at all.
No.
So it's
No.
perfect. I think
Yeah.
it paired really well.
This will probably be, maybe a little bit salty, but probably more just kind of zesty from the pickled red onions and the beets. So
Beautiful.
let's see how
Let's
it tastes.
taste. Let's taste. Actually, let's cheers you, father-to-be. Cody is expecting. Okay, well, Cody's not expecting.
Right.
Cody's wife is expecting.
Yeah.
So we'll have a little Teddy real soon in a couple months. So cheers to Teddy,
Cheers.
after my dad's name, which he cried yesterday. Yes, he did, when we told him. That's good. See? That's yummy. I like the little onion flavor that you added to it. It's very good.
I do like that.
Good stuff. I love what you do. You work so hard. You do. Like the rest of our team. Love, love, love what you do.
Thank you.
Until another next time with Cody and Cocktails.
Sure.
Cece? All
Yeah.
right. Thank you. My name is Ania Duchon, one of the owners here at our amazing European lounge. We have 3 concepts under one roof. The major one is Sto Lat Bar and Restaurant. Once you finish dinner, you can come over and have a coffee or tea and something really delicious and sweet.
So we go from a traditional to contemporary atmosphere with our menu. A lot of what we focus on primarily is European in origin, but we also take in consideration our own region and add a lot of buffalo flair to those different menu ideas.
We wanted to have people walk in the door and be wow. I don't know, be like, wow, I don't feel like I'm in Buffalo. We hunted down the right bar stools, the right chairs, the right tables. This is a destination place. You come once, you'll come again.
Ania Duchon and Sto Lat are connecting with you on social media. Find Ania on Instagram at ania.duchon. Use this QR code to get there. You can check out Ania's photos, philosophy on life, leadership advice, and how Ania is empowering women. Plus, find Sto Lat Bar and events by Sto Lat on Facebook and Instagram. This season, we hope to see you at 4475 Transit Road at Eastern Hills.
Welcome back to Sto Lat with Ania. And here I am with my beautiful friend, Kate Glaser. Thank you so much for being here.
It's always a pleasure, Ania. I love working with you, getting to know you, and I'm just honored to be here.
Thank you. Well, I'm honored you're here. We will also be sampling some really great food that Chef Dad cooked up for us this morning. I have to talk about this dish just a little bit. It is our Zapikanka. It's street-style Polish food. He made it on an Italian bread. However, often you can see it on a baguette. You can get super creative. We'll have the recipe on our social media, ania.duchon. And yeah, he was fantastic and cooked up a great dish for us to sample later. And Cody, our bartender here at Sto Lat, made us a pickled beet martini.
Ooh, that sounds amazing. Something I would never order, but
yeah, I know,
will
right?
taste it.
It smells really good.
I know, it
and
looks so
I
yummy.
love beets, and
Yes,
I love
me too.
anything pickled. So.
Me too. I love it. Well, normally I think you interview me, but I really want to get to know you. Let's turn the tables a little bit
Okay.
and get to know Ania, the Ania that has built an empire here in Western New York. So I know you're from Poland, but a lot of people don't probably understand or realize what you've been through and your story. So let's go back to your childhood. Talk about growing up in Poland and what you've experienced trying to get to America.
Wow, it's going to get deep. I don't
know,
know if I need
right?
tissues today. So the great part is actually where we're sitting today. The back behind you here is Gdańsk, Poland. That's actually my hometown where I grew up, where I was raised, where I was born, and my sister, and obviously my amazing parents, Hannah and Teddy. Took such great care of us, and you know, we love Poland. We love the architecture and everything it taught us, from food to family. We're huge on family, but my parents chose to leave in 1984. When I say leave, they left my sister Monica and myself back in Poland with my grandmother and my aunt that was 21 at the time.
Wow.
To take care of us. My parents left because they wanted to give us a better life, more opportunities, as we say. So they left and didn't know. My mom always says, I don't know if I would see you in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. We were lucky enough to be reunited in 2.5 years.
Wow.
But yeah, so we were 2.5 years, we didn't see our parents at all.
And how old were you at that point?
I was 9 years old.
So do you have visual memories about them leaving, and what were the emotions back then?
So I do remember them leaving. I know my sister, I was much younger than, I don't want to say much because she's just a little bit older than me, Monica. She always talks about how my mom said, take care of your little sister, Monica, take care of Ania, because there was just, a couple year difference. But, and how sad she was, and the responsibility that she also had, knowing that she's going to have to keep an eye on me, and of course my aunt and my grandmother would come in and help. There was no cell phones. There was no nothing. The communication was so
limited,
very limited. We would have maybe a mail time. Something in the mail would come, and we would read their letters. They would send us packages with oranges and lemons, and that was like the greatest thing in the world.
Amazing.
My first pair of Pumas, I remember my parents sent me, and they were, I don't even know, I think they were like 4 sizes too big on me, but I wore them proudly anyways. They were like boat shoes, But yes, it was a really long time before we had a chance to really have a conversation, which I almost feel like it was when we arrived in New York City for the first time after not seeing them for 2.5 years. And that was 1986.
Wow. And you've built up such an empire here in Western Europe, but you have a very humble spirit about you, and I think that goes to show the story behind you. And you started Krzyziki Bakery. How did that come about from arriving in New York City to then opening up your first bakery?
Yes. So I'm going to backtrack just a little bit. So when the reason my sister and I were able to get our visas to come to Buffalo, New York City first, was because Chernobyl exploded at that time, and the radiation was so harsh, to us. We actually ended up having to take the radiation pill, and that's when the government said we'll give them their visas. And that's how we were reunited. So this horrible tragedy, but we were able to be reunited with our parents, which was unbelievable. I'll never forget, arriving at New York City airport, and my dad was chewing gum, and I looked at him and I thought, wow, he's so weird. He's chewing gum. Like, we didn't have that in Poland.
Sure.
The littlest things, you think of. So, but yeah, so then we arrive in Buffalo, and my parents were just the most hardworking individuals. My dad and my mom first my mom worked for Buffalo China. My dad worked at Buffalo General. Anything they could do to just work. They worked to make money to support. And then they ended up meeting a lovely lady at the Broadway Market, where they started EM Krzyziki Bakery, and that's how the bakery business started. So it started as this little teeny kiosk and grew into a much larger bakery as my dad continued to expand while I was in high school. It was EM Bakery at first, and then my dad said, you know what, Krzyziki is our staple, which is our sour cream fried dough with the powdered sugar, and he said, we have to name it something different. Instead of just EM Bakery, it will be EM Krzyziki Bakery. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm like, no one will be able to be able to pronounce it. No one will be able to spell Krzyziki. But it really grew into this beautiful brand today. I ended up taking over in 2010 so my parents could retire.
Very nice.
And just continue to expand.
Well, let's cheers on the brand that you've built up, Ania, because of your amazing, hardworking parents and your family and the
really
dedication and selfless efforts they did as parents. What an incredible story. Let's try this and just see how it is, right?
Wow, it tastes like beets.
That
a little
is
bit of
good.
vodka.
I love it.
It's actually really good.
It's
It's
very
not
different.
sweet at all, which is
No.
wonderful.
I
Very
like
good.
it a lot. So talk about, we don't have much time, but talk about the brands that you now have. And you have this beautiful event space that people can utilize. So talk a little bit about the brands that you have and before we wrap up here.
Sure. So we obviously Kruszczyki Bakery now, which has just expanded tremendously with the support of a huge team. Then we opened up Simply Pierogi, which is our wholesale company, and then it started. We started Sto Lat Bar, and that was during COVID. We opened during COVID. We were supposed to open March, early March, and COVID hit, so we didn't open till August of that time. So. Sto Lat Bar, Kruszczyki Bakery came over here. Now we have events by Sto Lat, which is so great because we just had an amazing event here with you just the other day, and that was wonderful because it was for charity, which is great. Hope Rises, right? Yes, does such a fantastic job. Just want to make sure I got all the spellings right.
Of course.
So the parties here, the weddings, the different showers that we're able to hold, just celebration. Life is all about celebrating every single day, and that makes me super happy to be able to do that. We have now opened Queen City Pizza,
Very nice.
which is on Sheridan Drive.
And speaking of pizza,
Yes.
let's try this.
Try the Zappi.
This is a pizza, Polish pizza, correct?
Yeah, so
All
it's
right,
again
so
street style,
Let's dive into this.
and
You just
have you
kind
never
of
had
kind
it.
of bite
It's
into it,
messy.
right?
You ready?
All right,
Okay.
let's do this. It is very messy. Thank you, Chef Dad, for giving us a messy thing.
It is so delicious, though. Yes, you did a great job. Thank
Amazing,
you so much.
so good.
Now follow us. We also open Pierogi Pete's, Casey in Transit. You can build your own pierogi bowl. It's fantastic. And the empire keeps growing. And now I have this show.
Amazing.
Who does that?
I'm
This little Polish girl.
so happy to have talked to you today, get to know more about your story, and you are doing incredible things, Ania. Keep it up.
Thank
Keep
you.
building. That empire is amazing.
Thank you. I love being interviewed. This was great. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Until next time.
Ania Duchon and Sto Lat are connecting with you on social media. Find Ania on Instagram at ania.duchon. Use this QR code to get there. You can check out Ania's photos, philosophy on life, leadership advice, and how Ania is empowering women. Plus, find Sto Lat Bar and events by Sto Lat on Facebook and Instagram. This season, we hope to see you at 4475 Transit Road at Eastern Hills.
Sto Lat. I would like to thank my special guest, and of course, Cody at the bar. For all the recipes and information on the show, go to our Facebook page and our social media. Thank you for watching us. Sto Lat with Ania. Until next time.
Sponsors for Sto Lat with Ania are Sto Lat Bar, a restaurant bar featuring European-inspired cuisine, 4475 Transit Road at Eastern Hills. Kruszczyki Bakery, combining old-world European treats with modern-day fare in Lancaster and Eastern Hills. Simply Pierogi, enjoy a quick, delicious way to enjoy Polish food. Events by Sto Lat, planning an event? Host it with us, Transit Road in Eastern Hills. And Pierogi Pete's, now open at Casey and Transit Road in Amherst.